Hey, welcome back to Cooking with Matt. We're going to do some coleslaw today, and this is great just as a summer side dish. It's just delicious on top of sandwiches, and we're going to serve it a little later in a couple different episodes, one with a barbecue beef sandwich and then with a little seared ahi. This is a little different than your typical coleslaw. Most typical coleslaws use both purple and green cabbage. I prefer just to use the green because it doesn't leach the color once you put some vinegar on it quite so much. I'm using a whole head of cabbage. I'm using about half for this recipe. I've got 2 big tablespoons of mayo, heavy mayo, some finely chopped or diced up red bell pepper, and I've got some shredded carrots. Now I shred my carrots a little bit differently. I clean them off and I kind of do them like a pencil sharpener like that to make small little pieces. I think those are a little more edible and easier to mix in with the rest of the salad. I sliced my onions, as you can tell. I took a piece like this, cut it again in half, and then went down this way vertically to get some small pieces as well that are they'll actually separate once I get them into the middle of the coleslaw or the cabbage mix there. I'm going to use some lime juice again, some agave, some rice vinegar. When you cut a cabbage, one thing I've noticed is it's got this really firm, hard core right here. And it's kind of interesting how you can see where that actually is. And you want to kind of cut that out because it's not going to be very good to eat. And then you cut it out and you can work with it this way. So I'm going to finish off this shredding real quick, just kind of chop it down the sides. Be careful. I don't mind if some of my cabbage is a little bit bigger. I like it that way. It's almost more like a salad. You can chop it more finely if you like after that. It's really up to you. The great thing about cooking and being creative is there really isn't any tremendously right or wrong way to do things. Just keep going down and get this all shredded up. Making thin cuts. We'll put that all in there. Kind of fluff it up. This will stay in your refrigerator for, at least a couple days to a week. It'll actually marinate and taste, better as the days go on. If you have any big pieces, again, it doesn't really matter. I like mine bigger. There are places that do this commercially, and of course you see the real small, finely chopped coleslaw. You're free to do that. It's just not my preference. We'll just throw the carrots in there. I've got, probably about, that's probably about a cup and a half. The bell pepper, red onion, cilantro. Again, this is really to taste, right? If you don't like one thing or you like more of another, you just kind of do it. Looks good. You're gonna see this is gonna be really colorful and pretty when it's all done. Toss our mayonnaise in there. The mayonnaise is gonna help kind of have the sauce coat a little bit. I don't like to do too much mayonnaise, and that's really unusual because I usually love mayonnaise in huge amounts on most things, but in the coleslaw I don't want it to be overly coated. I just want it to be nice. I'm going to use some rice vinegar again. You could use regular vinegar, any kind of white vinegar you like. You could use red wine vinegar. It really doesn't matter, but I prefer the rice vinegar. It's a little bit milder. This is not seasoned. There's a seasoned rice vinegar that you can get in the store, and this is a tablespoon. And that's just going to give me a little bit of tang. Now I'm going to do equal parts of agave nectar. You could use sugar. And just use a whole tablespoon of sugar if you like. And I'm going to use the tablespoon of the agave nectar. There's a lot of controversy over agave. Some are saying it's good for you, some are saying it's bad. And we're going to taste this later. I might need more of it. But for now, I like the mellow taste of it. It doesn't have that honey bite to it, so I kind of like that. We're going to squeeze some lime juice in there. Again, about a tablespoon, that's half of it. There's the other half. And I like lime because this is more of a southwestern flavor. You could use lemon. You could use nothing. With the vinegar alone and with the mayonnaise, it tastes fine too. Okay. And remember I told you before I like to zest a little bit. That gives you more of that lime flavor. So I'm going to zest some of my lime over that. This is going to be very similar to that non-fat cilantro lime dressing we made. But that's okay. These flavors are great. They're very fresh. It's a little bit different kind of coleslaw. You could use green onion instead of cilantro. You don't even need to use cilantro. And you'll be just fine. See all that zest right there? Just kind of come right off in there. Do the other one. Oh. One thing about cooking that's really fun for kids is it's a chance to get messy and make a mess and not get in trouble. So I encourage you to get with your kids and get them in the kitchen at an early age. That's how I started with my mom, with my dad. With my mom, it was mostly kind of making meatloafs and peasant food and pastas. With my dad, it was mostly on the barbecue grill. So we got that there. And we're ready to toss it up a little bit. I've got some other things I want to put in. I did not use this in the dressing. It's just a dash of cumin, probably about, I'd say half a teaspoon, just a little bit. That does give you that southwestern flavor. A little bit of pepper. And just a touch of salt. And after I mix this together, we're going to taste it and see where we're at. You know, you can see this is really nice and colorful. It's not too mayonnaise-y, although I might need a little bit more. When you serve this, people are going to say, wow, that is just so different than my typical coleslaw. It's really more like a salad, but it's a great sandwich topper. And you do not need to use mayonnaise. You could just go without it if you like. You get all those pieces of onion separated. As you can tell, the cabbage has kind of come apart now. You've got small bits of everything. And that was probably just about the right amount of mayonnaise. If you like it wetter or more moist, then you can do that. And let's get a fork and try that. I just love the southwestern flavors. I love cilantro, lime. That's just got a nice blend to it right now. I think I might dash it a little bit more with just a touch more of the agave. But it'll do just like it is. So there you go, a nice little twist on the classic coleslaw recipe. And that was probably, I don't know, 10 minutes. So thanks for watching Cooking with Matt. We'll see you again.